is a deputy chairperson of the Electoral Commission. He's joined us on the line. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, my brother.
So it is an 8-page letter that you have written to the NDC. Even though it's an official document, this issue has been in the media space. So it's only fair again that our listeners will get to hear a summary of why the Electoral Commission took the position it took and the position actually that you took. So can you summarize for us, this has been a very longish letter, what is the position of the EC officially to the NDC on the call for an audit of the register?
Good evening to you and good evening to your listeners and as well if there are viewers. I think the Commission's position is very clear and is that we think the call for a forensic audit is very, very premature because the CI 91 as amended by CI 126, which guide elections in terms of the registration aspect and the exhibition aspect, they are very clear, and embedded in CI 91 is an audit system which ensures that after the registration, the register is displayed for public inspection. And once publicly the register is inspected, it goes through a process of cleaning, correction, so that all discrepancies in the register are corrected. And all these processes are ongoing. Once they are completed, the Commission will come up with a final register. And beyond that, even the concerns that have been identified by the NDC and other individuals who went to the polling stations to check their names, all these concerns have been addressed. So as we speak now, the register is in the final stages. We just completed with the district registration review officers who are the magistrates for the districts. We just completed with their exercise. So as we speak now, once that process is completed, the implementation of their decisions will also take place. And once we finish, we'll have a final register which will be used for the election. So the Commission strongly believes that we have a system in place which audits the register internally. So the call for forensic audit is premature.
Okay, now the NDC would say that the fact that you made a concession somewhere that you've had challenges, for instance, in Pusa, speaks volumes about the credibility of the entire register, and that if one is wrong somewhere and you have made that admission, then there could be several other wrongs with the register, for which reason there's a need for this forensic audit. What do you say to that?
I think what we have maintained, which we haven't departed from, is that the Pusa incident, the commissioners admitted that because of the absence of a liveliness check, someone took advantage of that. We have since introduced that. And the register we've given to the parties, since we gave to them, we've been working on the register. Once we finish with all the corrections based on the implementation of the district registration review officers' decisions, we'll give it back to the parties. And I believe the parties, especially the MPP and the NDC, they have the capacity to know whether what we have given to them is the right document or not. So as far as the Commission is concerned, the Pusa incident, we scanned through the register and we didn't find any of such in any other places, any other districts apart from Pusa. So we believe that the position we have taken is consistent with the law, and it will ensure that we produce a register that will be fit for purpose for the 2024 general election.
Let me ask you a layman's question. One, the Electoral Commission is not going to pay for an audit from your own pockets. It is going to be paid for by the state. Two, a very important stakeholder like the NDC is making that call. And because you don't want to go into the election with suspicion and doubt, the view would be that open the register up for the auditing to be done. If you have nothing to hide, then open it up. What would you say to such calls that, one, open it up for auditing because it's not going to be your personal money that will be used? That's one. Two, it will clear every shred of doubt so that by the time we get to elections, everybody knows that you have been thoroughly investigated, thoroughly cooked, and your register is as clean as a whistle.
I understand that, those are legitimate questions, but the Commission's position is that embedded in CI 91, regulations 23 and 24, is an audit of the voters register, which we have triggered. Those processes are ongoing. So those who are calling for forensic audit, what we are basically saying is that it's not because of the money we are going to use to pay. That's not the issue. But what we are saying is that within the laws of our country, CI 91, there is a provision which allows, or there are provisions which allow us to go through that particular process. Until that process is completed, we know that once that process is completed, we will come out with a document that will reflect. And again, the Commission has given the assurance that all the concerns that have been raised, they have been addressed. And indeed, they have been addressed very soon. Next week, we will definitely have a meeting with the parties, and the Commission should be able to display everything we have done as far as the register is concerned, based on the feedback we got from the NDC, the feedback during the exhibition exercise. All these discussions will take place at IPAC. So I do expect that all the parties that will come, they will know how far the register has got into, and they will be convinced that a lot of work has gone on to ensure that we produce a final document which will reflect all those who are registered voters.
This online exhibition you intend to do, how would it work? So I can check on my phone whether I'm registered and check on my is that how it's going to be? What's the plan? Yes, please. And it's going to be free, as we've stated in our statement. It's going to be free, and Commission will come up with some regulations on it, so that in case you identify anything, there will be an opportunity for it to be corrected for you. The idea is that it's not going to be at a cost. We will make the announcement. It will be free. When you check your polling station details will be confirmed, your name and your other relevant details will also be confirmed. And that would pass as an exhibition, correct?
Oh, yeah, every time we do the physical exhibition, we also do the electronic one. And what we have stated in the statement is that the time will not allow us, considering that to do the physical exhibition, it will take you about 3 to 4 weeks to print the registers and to be able to distribute them. And looking at the time now, today is September 26th. We are looking at almost 2 months to the election. So this will not be feasible. So Commission has agreed that let's go ahead and do the electronic version, which will be free at no cost to all registered voters.
The only problem with the virtual one is that there will be no party agents to cross-check. 2, we cannot check dead people from the register, transfer issues. All those may not be able to be dealt with.
Traditionally, party agents don't go to the exhibition centers. They don't go there. So in the last exhibition we had, I didn't hear of any place where a party agent went. But Mr. Sanda, in terms of the deceased, there is a procedure in the law to clean up the register if there's someone who is dead. And during the exhibition, in a number of the polling stations, people went there with the details of the dead, and they were able to ensure the removal of these individuals. And the implementation is even ongoing. So there is a procedure specified in the CI for that.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you, and the best wishes to you and the team.
That's Dr. Eric Bossman Asare. He's a deputy chairperson of the Electoral Commission. This is Eyewitness.